There you go, dear. Oh, there you go. You've got your cream and your sugar now. It's a little cappuccino. 1 drop or 2. Would you like another one? Oh, there you go.
Not every memorable moment in film was scripted. Sometimes the best scenes come from happy accidents, quick improvisation, or an actor's hilarious mistake. And trust me, if you think these moments were planned, you've been fooled just like the rest of us. One of the most hilarious moments in The 40-Year-Old Virgin is the infamous chest waxing scene. Steve Carell, being the kind of actor who goes all in, decided to do the waxing live for real. His reactions, along with those of his co-stars, are 100% genuine, and it's what made the scene so unforgettable. What started as a funny idea turned into one of the best moments in the movie.
Oh, wow! I hate you! I hate you! Stop smiling, you jerk!
You pussy.
Oh, God. What's next? No, you're doing the nipple.
Oh, not the nipple. Come on.
Not the nipple. Not the nipple. Not the nipple.
Every movie fan remembers that moment when Don Vito Corleone sits behind his desk, casually petting a cat as the tension quietly builds. The funny thing is, that cat wasn't part of the plan. Coppola found it wandering around the set and figured, why not? Tossing the cat into the scene added an extra layer of calm menace, and just like that, a simple improvisation turned into one of cinema's most unforgettable moments.
You come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you ask me to do murder. Money.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Heath Ledger gives the performance of a lifetime in the second installment of the Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight. Known as a method actor, Ledger stayed in character as the Joker both on and off the set, a trait many of his co-stars found terrifying. Not being one to shy away from a bit of improv, Ledger begins a slow, deranged clap as Commissioner Jim Gordon gets promoted in front of his fellow officers. The scene was so eerie, it completely encompassed the lunatic the Joker was. Director Christopher Nolan left it in and made a wise decision. There is a scene in this sci-fi classic where a group of stormtroopers are on the hunt for Luke Skywalker and his buddies. Not only are stormtroopers bad shots, but they also don't know when to duck. One of them clearly whacks his head on a door frame. Director George Lucas loved the blooper and even added a pronounced bonk effect later in editing.
Take over. Need a hint.
The Norse god Thor shows off his improv skills when he walks into his home and hangs his hammer on a coat rack. The gag made everyone on set laugh so much that the director kept it in the movie. It goes to show you Chris Hemsworth is more than just a strong jawline and ripped physique. The man can also make people laugh.
You can't just leave like that. The whole world is going crazy. All the stuff we saw is spreading.
One of the most iconic lines in one of the most quotable movies ever came about by accident. The famous line, "My name is Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump," was improvised by Tom Hanks when he froze up and forgot his line. Luckily, the line was kept in the film, and it is one of the more famous lines of the Oscar-winning film.
My given name is Benjamin Buford Blue. People call me Bubba. Just like one of them old redneck boys. Can you believe that?
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
Tony Stark eating has been a running gag on the set of the Avengers for most of the franchise films. Many fans know that Robert Downey Jr. is famous for always munching on food throughout the films. Truth is, Downey Jr. was habitually sneaking food on the set, so the director caved and wrote it into the script, resulting in the iconic character having a weird quirk throughout the series of movies.
I'm sorry, did you say?
Jarvis has been running it since I hit the bridge. In a few hours, I'll know every dirty secret S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever tried to hide. Blueberry?
This 1990s crime thriller is known for its famous twist at the end. But there's another scene viewers also love. When brought into police custody, the suspects are arranged for a criminal lineup to see if they can be identified. The scene is supposed to be serious, but the actors couldn't stop belly laughing due to a particular cast member suffering from unwanted flatulence. The scene stuck and movie fans are better off for it.
Hand me the keys, you cocksucker.
In English, please.
Excuse me.
Tarantino is known to push boundaries in his films, and his dedication has led to some amazing acting performances. One in particular was Leonardo DiCaprio's role as a slave owner in Django Unchained. In a scene where Leo is supposed to slam a glass down in a fit of rage, he accidentally cuts his hand open, leaving a trail of blood. Leo stayed in character so well that Tarantino kept the scene in the movie, making it even more realistic.
Hey! Lay your palm flat on that tabletop! If you lift those palms off that turtle shell tabletop, Mr. Pooch is gonna let loose with both barrels that sawed off.
You know the famous line New Yorkers have adopted as their own. Hey, I'm walking here. But did you know it was completely improvised? The producers could not get the streets closed due to a limited budget, meaning they had to film around actual pedestrians. The line shouted by Dustin Hoffman was a real reaction due to a city cab almost driving into the actors. Who knows what New Yorkers would be yelling at if Hoffman hadn't uttered this now completely New York phrase.
You know what I mean?
I'm walking here! I'm walking here! Up yours, you son of a bitch! You don't talk me that way! Get out of here!
Robin Williams is no stranger to improvisational comedy. A lot of his biggest acting roles involved him ad-libbing and improvising scenes. While filming for Mrs. Doubtfire, Williams wears a whipped cream face mask to hide his identity from the social worker, Mrs. Snelling. The set's lights were so hot that the mask began to melt. Rather than cutting, Williams rolled with the mishap, delivering clever lines like, "I'm melting like a snow cone in Phoenix," and "Now you have a little cappuccino," as the cream dripped from his chin to her tea glass. Leave it to Robin Williams to turn a blunder into comedy gold.
Oh, as you can see, I can't stay with you, dear. I'm melting like a snow cone in Phoenix. There we go again. I'll go get Danny, all right? He'll be right with you. Hold on.
Who would have thought Al Pacino was so great at improv? The actor was so dedicated to his role as a blind man that he wore blindfolds to help him understand what it's like to be a person with limited sight. There's a scene where Pacino crashes into a city trash can that was so realistic it couldn't have been just acting. Pacino was dealing with his new lack of vision, and he fell into the trash can. I think Pacino could have pulled off this performance either way, but this accident looked completely authentic, and I'm glad they decided to leave it in the film.
Colonel? Shit, right? How are you doing? Take the cane.
I gotta take a piss.
Take the cane, Colonel.